6 Reasons Why Nigerian Leaders Are Callously Corrupt and Devoid of Empathy. Nigeria, often referred to as the Giant of Africa, is a nation blessed with abundant resources and immense potential. However, the country has been plagued by rampant corruption for years, tarnishing its reputation and hindering its progress. Nigerian leaders, upon whom the responsibility of nation building lies, have frequently been associated with callous corruption. Here are the various facets of this deep-rooted problem, and 6 reasons behind the callous corruption prevalent among Nigerian leaders. Generally speaking, corruption is not an exclusive trait of Nigerian leaders, but it has become an eminent feature within the country's political landscape. Historically, Nigeria gained independence from British colonial rule in 1960, but the groundwork for corruption was laid during the subsequent years. Mismanagement of resources, nepotism, and abuse of power became common practices, creating a fertile breeding ground for corruption to thrive within Nigeria's leadership. No one reason is greed and lust for power. Nigerian leaders are insatiably greedy for personal wealth and power. Many individuals enter politics solely for financial gain, seeking positions of authority to exploit public resources for personal enrichment. This pursuit of wealth often erodes their moral compass, leaving them by their own voracious desires. 2. Lack of accountability. Corruption thrives when there is a lack of accountability and consequences for those indulging in malpractice. Nigerian leaders, aware of the weak judiciary system and the slow pace of justice, manipulate the system to their advantage. Disregard for the rule of law fosters an environment where corrupt practices go unpunished, perpetuating a cycle of impunity. 3. Ethical deficit. The dearth of ethical standards among Nigerian leaders exacerbates the problem of callous corruption. Many leaders prioritize self-interest over the welfare of the nation, adopting a morally bankrupt mindset. The absence of integrity in decision-making processes and the absence of a sense of responsibility towards the people contribute to the perpetuation of corruption. 4. Complex web of patronage. Nigeria's patronage system, deeply ingrained within its political framework, has played a significant role in breeding corruption among its leaders. The culture of political favoritism and clientelism has allowed those in power to reward loyalty and maintain a vast network of supporters. This network becomes a breeding ground for corruption, where loyalty is exchanged for undeserved benefits, leading to a cycle of nepotism and a disregard for meritocracy. 5. Weak institutions and lack of transparency. Corruption cannot thrive in systems with robust checks and balances and a commitment to transparency. Unfortunately, Nigeria's institutions have been weakened by corrosive corruption practices. The lack of transparent processes, accountability mechanisms, and ineffective regulatory bodies allows corruption to permeate various sectors, depleting public resources meant for societal development. 6. Socioeconomic factors. Socioeconomic factors such as poverty, income inequality, and limited access to basic services also contribute to the callous corruption among Nigerian leaders. The vast majority of Nigerians struggle to meet their basic needs, creating a breeding ground for corruption as individuals resort to illegal means to secure survival. This desperation is exploited by leaders who use the plight of the people to demand bribes, kickbacks, and engage in embezzlement without guilt. Hence, pervasive callous corruption among Nigerian leaders is an issue that impedes the progress, development, and stability of the nation. The reasons behind this corruption are multifaceted and deeply rooted within the socio-political fabric of the country. To combat this issue, stringent measures must be implemented to strengthen institutions, ensure transparency, and enforce accountability. It is crucial for both the Nigerian government and its citizens to join forces, fostering a culture that rejects corruption and holds leaders accountable for their actions. Only with a collective effort can Nigeria throw off the shackles of callous corruption and embark on a path towards sustained progress and prosperity.